Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the things we did not get to during the course of the show today. And if you were one of our potties that sponsored one of our kids from Tanzania last week, thank you. Great event. Turned out really good. It was a couple rough days in the middle, and we're like, ooh, how are we going to do? And we ended up with over 700 kids being sponsored, which is phenomenal.
Fantastic. But I have a testimony to share.
Oh, yeah.
Won't he do it? Won't he will. So Tuesday, I told Wally, and I might have even said it on the Aftercast, I said, I don't feel right. I feel funny.
Yeah. And we never know if it's just in her head or if it's real. And so it turns out it was real this time.
We is nothing. No, only you. Anyway, so I think I stayed here.
You did.
I think I stayed later than everybody.
No, you left early that day. We got you out.
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
We got you out early because you didn't feel good.
Wednesday, we had the beginning of the compassion journey, and I woke up feeling terrible.
And Betty's really important in this for because people don't know what goes on. Betty A is co-hosting and helping me, tell the story, but then
and stay on track.
And she's also though, like if you heard it, you heard us talking about our featured kid, and she always puts up a featured kid until they're gone, and sometimes like they're gone in 2 minutes or whatever. So she's constantly having to update these things and jump through some hoops to do it, and it's a lot of work for her. But we cannot do the event without that. It's really, really important. And she did it all that day not feeling good.
I felt terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
You looked terrible.
I looked terrible.
That's what made me go, okay, this one's real.
So then, oh my gosh. Okay. So then Thursday rolls around, and Wally's like in the morning, and I'm like, I feel horrible.
She came in like a zombie.
And he said, well, Mardi's planning on coming in.
That's my wife.
Maybe she can come in a little bit earlier, and you can teach her how to do the texting thing. And then I got going with it, and I was like, this is going to be too difficult to explain to her when I'm feeling like I am. I would rather just sit out in the lobby and do the back end if she can talk on the air.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened. She did on the on-air thing, and she did fantastic. Job. And then Friday came around, and I was able to do all the back end from home.
Yeah.
So y'all called me from the studio on speaker. That was the longest phone call I've ever been on.
Yeah. It was like a 3-hour phone call or whatever. Yeah. We were just sitting there.
Anyway, we got it done.
Yeah, we did get it done.
I have a testimony.
Yes.
Because it was rough.
It was, because the testimony
I had COVID.
the testimony is no more tiger blood for Rock. She got COVID after it's not cool anymore.
I know,
and
right?
you got it
and
way
it's so
late.
off-brand.
Yeah.
It's not giving. Anyway, I had COVID for the second time. So now I'm tied with you and Gavin.
I call you on Thursday night, or you call me on Thursday night just to see how we're doing, and you're like, I think I might want to work from home tomorrow, and because I figured out we could do what I need to do from home. I'm like, great.
Thursday's when I found out it was for sure COVID, right. And then I was like, I shouldn't be here.
I'm just thankful that you're willing to do this. Thank you. But then you call me, and I'm at a restaurant with my wife and some friends, and I get up. I leave the table because I take my phone calls. Mm-hmm. I leave the table. I take the phone call.
Congratulations.
You're welcome. And you're like, I've got COVID. I'm like, oh no, because my wife is super, super paranoid about getting sick. We're going to Ireland on Saturday for my daughter's birthday. I
don't blame her.
And she gets really worried about getting sick anyway and doesn't want to have this messed up, obviously. Yeah. And so she had been sitting in Betty Rock's space all day. And then she finds out, I was on the fence. Do I tell her that you have COVID? Yeah. But then I figured out it's going to come up, so I better tell her. Yeah. Even though I wiped everything down, and you were like, wipe this spot, making sure anything you knew you had touched, wiped it all down. And so then I told her, I said, look, Betty's got COVID. She's like, no, she does not. And I'm like, yes, she does. I said, but she's had COVID before, and I've been around her and never got it. I said, you had COVID, Marty, and I never got it at the house from you. I had COVID, and you didn't get it from me. It doesn't mean you're going to get it. And now it's not as big of a deal. Although you had a really bad day. You had 2 bad days of it for sure.
Yeah, and those 2 bad days I was here. That wasn't good. Yeah. But, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. But let me also share a little something, because Wally here, he's gone to doctor school, if you didn't know that. Yeah. So on Friday, when the whole drive was over and done with, Wally said, hey, tell me what you want from Chick-fil-A. Yeah. We're going to stop and get it, and I'm going to bring it to you. Super kind, super thoughtful. So I did. I texted my order, and they go, Marty's texting me saying, hey, we're in the drive-thru. We're picking it up, blah, blah, blah. We're on our way. Great. So I'm laying on the couch, and I hear a knock on my door, a little.
Yeah.
And
I'm just standing there like a DoorDasher.
I'm watching TikToks, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be him dropping off the food.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was already feeling like, ugh, and then I was like, I'll get it in just a minute. But then Marty calls me, and she's like, I told him to drop it off at your door, and he's standing there at the door.
Standing there waiting for you.
So then I yell, Wally!
Yeah.
And I hear, I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to hand you your food.
You could have left it at the mat, because anyone would know if you have active COVID and you're standing there.
Right.
Just because you want to hand it to me?
Yeah, because I wanted eyes on you. I want to make sure you're okay. Because I knew you were by yourself, and I want to make sure that you're okay.
No, you were not.
Hey, honest, truthful.
I'm yelling at you behind the door. I'm telling you I'm okay.
But I wanted to see you. It's like when my daughter...
I'm telling you I'm okay.
I know, it doesn't matter, though. But it's like when my daughter says, I'm okay, I'm fine. But then when I see her face and she's about to cry because of something, like, silly emotional...
So now I need to say, I'm fine, honest, truthful.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
and then you'll leave?
Yeah. And so I wanted to see your face, make sure you were okay. And I'm like, okay, good. I see her. She doesn't look horrible. She looks like,
I look like
good.
death. But he took his shoes off because he didn't want those to get rained on.
Yeah, because I had new shoes that were like, had suede on them and they'll spot.
There's so many decisions that were made. So many wrong decisions.
And your driveway, like you walks up to your step, it's like a pebble thing and it's almost like shards of glass.
Oh, it's terrible.
As you're walking on bare feet in the rain, trying not to slip. Like, ow, 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 ow. She's not worth it. She's not worth it. Why am I here? Ow, ow, ow. Won't even open the door. Wow, ow, ow, ow.
So then I call Marty, and she's waiting in the car, and I yell at her over the phone. I'm like, listen, if your husband gets sick on your daughter's wedding day, it is not my fault.
So funny. Yeah, the two of you are very concerned about stuff like that. I mean, it could happen, but whatever.
Oh,
there's nothing I can do about it.
There is something you can do. Do you hear the stupidity that is raging from your mouth orifice?
Yeah. Or if being kind is going to give me COVID, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to err on the side of kind every time.
I appreciate, and I really do appreciate you bringing me the Chick-fil-A. I told you over and over, I said, I appreciate it so much. However, the eye-to-eye contact did not need to be there.
Well, because my wife, too, was kind of like you, and she was like, just drop it off. Just drop it off. I'm like, no human does that. You know?
What?
Yeah.
Like the delivery service, they do it all the time.
Yeah. You knock on the door, but then, like, how else were you going to tell me thank you to my face? I needed that. No.
And therein lies the truth.
Yeah. So we got her all taken care of, got her back on the mend.
And
she's about 85% today. All of her sass came back.
All my sass came back. Yeah. My physical energy is still meh.
Yeah.
I would say I'm 85% of the way there. The COVID fatigue is if I walk earlier this morning, I couldn't remember if I turned my hair straightener off, and then I forgot my phone, then I forgot my keys. So maybe I've got COVID, brain, I don't know. But anyways, after that, I had to sit in my car for a minute and be like,
today's the day to wrestle you for sure. Yeah. Like you would win. Like you'd be exhausted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Marty says that she thought I had long COVID for a while because for probably about a year after I had it, I'd get lightheaded if I stood up. I'd get super tired.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to stay awake in the middle of the afternoon driving home.
I remember that.
It was really bad. And my buddy, the same thing happened to him. And so it's like, I think it was probably effects of that. Who knows what? We don't know any of the truth about any of that stuff. We probably never. I'll be dead when we find out.
But we do know this one thing. If you're handing over Chick-fil-A, the germs can't get you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand it.
All I needed was
It doesn't matter.
You didn't breathe on me. You didn't sneeze on me. I didn't lick the bag and have you lick it and then re-lick it. Like I was not getting COVID from you from handing a bag of food to you.
Exactly.
Hands didn't touch.
Exactly. I should have, honestly, when I thought maybe I have COVID, I should have called you and asked you, do you think I have COVID?
Oh.
And then should have gone from there.
Yeah, maybe.
Calling the telehealth doctor, that was just a waste of $45.
It really was because he didn't do anything for you.
Right? So I should have just called you and be like, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you got it. I don't think you need a test. You're fine. Come on in. Let's get to work. That's always my default.
And I'm like,
way FM, this is Betty Rock.
So yesterday, okay, in the Aftercast, I don't, or before the Aftercast, right before the Aftercast, I say things like childish sometimes, and I said something, and Betty started making fun of me because she makes fun of how I say things like Scadetti or Choochies, and so.
I mean, for obvious reasons.
Right. It's like things I would say with my daughter when she was younger, but I still say, I'm like, oh, we're having Choochies. So we went to Tiff's Treats and over the weekend, and I'm buying the cookies for her, and the young guy, he's probably 20, is ringing me up and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, you have these Choochies? I love that. And I'm like,
oh.
It's like slipped out, and I'm like, cookies? I said cookies. I didn't say Choochies. Do you think I said Choochies? Because I don't think I said Choochies.
Oh, I wish I had been there.
So I just called it out and just made it worse to be funny.
Oh, I would have been like, you 56-year-old grown man just called it Choochies.
Choochies. You would have absolutely loved that moment. Absolutely loved that moment.
Gag.
He was really nice, though. He didn't make fun of me, so I was very appreciative.
Well, he wanted a tip.
Oh, no. I wrote this down for a topic. They did it so good. So I get my Choochies, and then...
Please just say cookies.
I do my credit card for the Choochies, and then I'm waiting for it, and because then I'm going to tip him to keep him quiet, obviously, of the Choochies situation. And then no tip line. What?
He just took out what you owed them.
He wanted me out of there that bad.
Well, that's true. But also what it is they charge you $5 for each cookie.
Yeah.
So it should be the tip is included.
I think it was $6 for half a dozen, so 2 each. Warmed up, not horrible, but yeah, so there was no tip. Everybody else asked for a tip. There are a couple places that I go to just because there's not like a tip thing at the end. It takes all the awkwardness out of it. And I love that they're like, here you go.
I don't even know if I can name one.
Yeah.
They seem like they all ask for tips.
It seems like it, I know, but there are a couple that still just like, hey, thank you for coming in and being part of our business today.
Wow.
We appreciate your patronage. We're not going to bludgeon you with a tip line after this when we really didn't do a whole lot.
Right.
Like that's when you go to like Crumble Cookie and you get their Choochies. They bring them out to you, and then they do like this presentation, like, are these your Choochies you ordered? And I'm like, yes, those are my Choochies. And so like then they close it and be like they've served you, like.
Yeah, and they've done nothing.
Let's tip this out.
They've done nothing. You talking about cookies reminded me, have you tried Dirty Dough?
No.
It's a new cookie place that's over, me in directions. I don't know. I need to tell Mardi. She'll know. Anyway, it's really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Y'all would like it.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm in though. Like I
know you are.
I know. Like but I only had of the cookies. I had one whole one and then like half because I'm still.
These are huge.
Are they? Even better.
So you could probably get just one and half it and be totally fine.
Get one what?
Cookie.
Choochie?
Cookie.
So good.
Can I go with my story?
Sure.
Okay. So I found this whole article, and it's all about the happiest workers. So
really? Where are they at?
Ultimately, it comes down to
Besides here, you didn't let me finish. You never let me finish my sentence.
It comes down to employee satisfaction, but it's based on restaurant chains. So I want you to guess, Wally. Okay. Who do you think? Okay, and to me, this is very surprising.
Yeah.
Who came in at the lowest?
The lowest, because
for their workers saying they are very dissatisfied.
I would think that Chick-fil-A would be the highest. So I think on the opposite end of that is Burger King, maybe, because I haven't had good service at a Burger King in years, and that's why I kind of stopped going, because it was always like I always felt like all the different ones I went to, like they were put out by me even being there, and that's why some of them are going out of business, or I was an inconvenience, and I was not allowed to have it my way. I was not even allowed to have it kindly, so
I was not allowed to have it my way.
So I would say Burger King.
No, that did not make the very bottom of the list.
Taco Bell.
No.
Bojangles.
No. Hardee's.
Oh, I get that. Hardee's is a knockoff. Yeah, Hardee's is a knockoff Carl's Jr. The Carl's Jr. people love it there. No, I could see Hardee's.
Well, anyways, I was kind of surprised by that. Now let's go to the highest. Who said, you know what, I'm happy to work here.
Got to be Chick-fil-A.
Okay, coming in at number 10 is Chick-fil-A.
What? Number 10?
Uh-huh.
How
yeah.
in the world?
So then you're like, who can outdo Chick-fil-A?
You're like, is it a cult? Is that why? You know?
Right? Okay, so coming in at number 4 is Choochies.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You met, what's his face?
Homie. Yeah,
Homie!
Yeah. Homie the waiter. He's the best, man. I love that guy. He's so good at it.
Coming in at number 3 is Dutch Bros. Have you been to a Dutch Bros?
I have. I've been to the drive-thru a couple times.
They always seem happy, and they're very...
caffeinated.
Hospitable.
Yeah. I'm
trying to think, do they ask for a tip?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I don't think they do.
Really?
Yeah. No, they might have just upped a notch
I know.
to me.
Yeah, you have to go see that.
Coming in at number 2, Raising Cane's.
Oh, yeah. That's yeah, they're good.
Let me tell you, though, I don't care how they treat their customer. Well, I do care about.
Yeah.
That's not what this is based off of.
It's about how they're treated.
How they're feeling.
Right.
And to me, when I went to Raising Cane's, which was not this Sunday, but past, right before I got COVID and saw my life flash before my eyes, there was a guy there that he was yelling all the names.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how they do that?
Love for Charlie!
Yeah, yes. And it drove me crazy. And he did not seem happy, nor did the girl taking my order.
Really?
And two, the one that's closest to us, it used to be a Logan's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You know, Logan's Roadhouses are a bit, not big, but they're like a normal, decent sized restaurant.
Regular restaurant.
Sit down restaurant. Yeah. And for some stupid reason, they took that whole building,
knocked it down,
and they made it where it's like 10% of the building is a sit-down area,
right.
And they are going to make it the most inconvenient, most inhospitable place ever. They turn the music up loud, and they make it so squished, and then you hear, "Order for Joe!"
Yeah.
And you're like, how am I supposed to enjoy this? I don't.
That's the thing, like Shake Shack. When Shake Shack started, I love Shake Shack. They started and they were in like Times Square in New York and in like Penn Street Station, and they were these small locations. And so then they started building these companies out, the franchise out, and they were always small. But it was I think it was calculated because it was always a line out the door, standing room only. You have to walk around and spy for people to leave, and then you half the time in New York, I ate my food standing up. The food was so good, it was like I'm putting up with it, but I think that's what keeps the hype, and that's what makes it, look at this line out the door.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But, and maybe I am on the low end of the totem pole here, but was it you that told me that restaurants turn the music up loud to get you to not stay there very long?
Oh, I didn't tell you that, but it makes sense. It's turning tables. Yeah.
Someone told me that.
Yeah.
And when I learned that, it has made me turn into this old lady with strong disdain for places that do that. Like, you don't want me here?
They just want more people in there.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I won't give you my service.
I
can name you 3 places that do that.
Yeah,
and it drives me nuts.
Because I don't like to where I can't hear someone I'm talking to, and you got to shout over things.
Yell at them.
Yeah, we walked out of we went to a restaurant the other night, a new one we'd never been to, like this Italian place with some friends of ours, and both of us, Marty and I, walked out. It was the night I was talking to you about COVID. We walked out. My throat was sore. And I'm like, oh, crud, do I have COVID? And we both were like, no, we've been yelling over the music and over the person announcing names, like, and like that, literally, that's what it sounded
like.
And
on top of that, you have music playing.
Yeah,
and you're like, how is this possible? So you didn't ask them to turn it down?
No.
Why?
I'm not that guy.
You're
yet.
not that guy.
Not.
I don't know what it is, but your kryptonite is food service workers.
Yeah. I'm not the guy that complains of
they could get away with
temperature.
Murder with you, and you'd be like, I get it.
I went one time in a movie theater and told the people about the temperature because it was freezing ice cold. I even had a jacket on. My wife always takes a blanket, and she was cold. I mean, and I even talked to other people like, it's cold here, right? Like, yeah, it's cold. I'm like, all right, I got you. And so I went.
Oh, what a hero.
Yeah, so I went and told like one of the people with a radio, I'm like, hey, could you look at the temperature in that theater? It's freezing. And to my surprise, they didn't do it at all. I froze the entire time. I'm like, sorry, guys, I tried. I mean, I can't do anything.
So wait a minute. If you were at that restaurant and you know you're screaming to your friends and you know that your friends have noticed this, why don't you be the hero there? Stand up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go fix this.
Yeah, because I think like restaurants and stuff, like it's part of their ambiance or that's their vibe that they do.
Well, if it is, it's stupid.
Yeah, and I don't like it. So then for me, then I just won't go back. You know, and like that's how I
No,
voice my
you
opinion.
are so full of it because if Marty loves it, your wife, you're gonna go back.
Fortunately, she didn't, so I'm good to go.
So there you go.
Yeah.
See, I know.
Oh yeah, my wife calls all the shots when it comes to food in our house. Like where we
crazy
go, what we
that
do.
you were talking about Cheddar's.
Oh yeah,
and Cheddar's has a huge menu. And it's
nothing wrong
great.
with it. Lots of great stuff on there.
The chicken fingers are good.
Fantastic. She eats chicken fingers everywhere she goes, practically. So,
but not those.
No, because they got rid of the red sauce, and then she would dip her cheese curds in the marinara. Loves the cheese curds, but when we went there one time and they had no red sauce, they oh yeah, we don't have any more. We got rid of it. I'm like, there's no red sauce anywhere in this restaurant. No sir, it's all gone. I'm like, okay. And I want to say we left. We did. We paid for our drinks and left.
Oh my!
I do remember that because my wife wasn't going to eat anything. I'm like, well, let's go ahead and bail then.
Has she tried the chicken fingers?
No, of course not. That would be a thing a logical, sane person does. So she.
Wow.
Yeah. So then we went back and I told the waitress there. I said, hey. You do have before we even got like drinks and everything, I said, you do have the red sauce now. Marty looked it up online. You have that right? Yes, we do, because it's a thing. I said, you didn't always have it. And she goes, I know. We didn't have anything that it would go with, and now we do. I'm like, it went with cheese curds apparently for a little bit of time.
But ironic, we got rid of the cheese curds.
Yeah.
So now we have the red sauce, not the cheese curds.
And I wanted to go there because I wanted the steak and like a bourbon glaze they have. And the whole time I'm like going, we're going to be here and she's going to get her red sauce. There won't be any bourbon glaze. But they had it. And it was glorious, and it was Father's Day, and it was fantastic.
Were her cheese curds okay?
She said they were fantastic. So we get to go back. Yay.
I just don't understand that at all.
It's what they call love. And you do things for people that you love. I think I looked
it up one time, and it was something to do with like textures, colors, because a lot of things bother her when it comes to food.
Yeah. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we'll do that thing after church where it's like, well, you guys just decide. I'm like, no, none of us can do that. Outside of, I know there's 3 places that you will go.
Yeah.
Like that are like,
that's just not fair.
There's like Marco's Pizza. She'll go there anytime. Or Viking Pizza. That's a local place. It's fantastic. Or Culver's. She'll go to Culver's anytime. Eat there 3 times a week. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't she get the cheese curds there too?
She probably does. But she gets a hamburger there. Like, so she'll do that anytime. And Shake Shack. Mm-hmm. Those 3 places are a guarantee. Anything else, game time decision. No idea. Arby's could have bothered her one time, and now it's off the list. It's on timeout for a month. So
there's pizza, burgers, and
pizza.
burgers.
Yeah, and pizza. Like, she'll do any pizza place pretty much. But yeah, and so like for me, I think it's frustrating because for me, if someone says, "Oh, you want to try that new Mongolian place?" I never say no. I'm like, "Sure, yeah, we'll do it. I'll find something." I mean, it's going to be some form of chicken and rice. Mm-hmm. Like I've eaten that all over the world, and it's fine,
right?
But for Marty, well, I mean, you could say, "Hey, can we go to this new Thai place?" And if I want to spend time with you as a friend, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Yeah, I'll find something. Or even if I don't, I'll go eat a burger on the way home at McDonald's. I'll find a little something. But like Marty isn't wired that same way. And
she's not wired that way.
And I gotta love her. I gotta love her because it's how she's wired, and that's what I do. Because I love people no matter how they're wired.
You see where you're going.
Yeah, no matter how they're wired, I love them.
Just how she's wired.
How she's wired. I got it. Nothing I can do about it. Cow in a field over here.
Oh my gosh. Has she ever tried something that she was shocked by, and she was like, you know what? I would do that again.
I was hoping that was going to happen for her at Choochies. But she's still out on Choochies. Like we do movie day, we do Choochies and movie day with the show, and she will meet us at the movies now. Like she won't even come to Choochies anymore because she's like, it's a lot of money for something I don't enjoy. And so I'm like, okay, I get that, but you couldn't get the gringo cheeseburger they have on the kids menu or whatever they call it.
Well, and two, I think what's so funny or ironic, odd, whatever, is that one would think, oh, she just doesn't like the food because it's made cheap or it's not good quality.
Right.
But she's doing the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like she'll go to Marco's. Marco's is one of the most greasy pizza places I've ever seen. And then what's the burger place? The
Shake Shack.
The other one.
Oh, Steak and Shake or Five Guys?
No. The other one.
Oh, Culver's.
Culver's.
Yeah.
That one I couldn't go to because I was like, it's so greasy.
Oh, really? Oh, so then you're just like her. You have things that you won't go to.
Wow. No, I love Marco's.
I've got it all over. But you have things you set out.
Listen.
Yeah.
But we all have things that we can set out. But I would say hers are way more limited.
Oh, for sure.
Like mine, I have said I don't like tzatziki's.
Right.
Let's do anything but
But
tzatziki's.
I will go to tzatziki's. If I didn't have something I loved, I would still go. Like, and so like she will like, okay, my mom gets into town on Wednesday. My mom loves tzatziki's. So Marty goes, hey, when we pick your mom up from the airport, let's go to tzatziki's. Because Marty gets a kid's.
So she likes tzatziki's.
She does
too.
not. I mean, she doesn't love it. She gets the kids' grilled cheese. So it's not a favorite place for her. But so there are times where she'll like, oh yeah, I'll absolutely go.
Okay.
You know, for you guys.
Yeah.
So she does do that, but she definitely just. It's a moving target, I think, is what's hard for me. Like if you just said I've always hated Arby's, I'll never go back to Arby's ever again in my life, I go, fine, I get it. But when you were just at Arby's 3 weeks ago, and today I go, hey, you want to go to Arby's? And she goes, no. I'm like, why not? You like Arby's? Well, no, the last bite that I had of my Arby's on the last time we went there, it just had that weird thing where it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So I think I don't want to go there for now. I didn't get to go to Red Lobster for Father's Day because I knew she didn't like it, and so I didn't go. I would have loved to have done that. Do you like Red Lobster?
I like their cheddar biscuits.
So good.
I'm not really a seafood person, but I do like the catfish.
I wish I could do a show lunch at thing one time. Red Lobster.
Red Lobster?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I don't know what I'll get, but I'm sure I'll find something.
But
like
that's how
chicken
you do
fingers.
it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Every place has a kids menu. My wife orders off the kids menu everywhere she goes. Like at Disney and stuff, especially because it's cheaper. But like every place has chicken fingers. Like you can figure it out. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. And if not, I'll take you to a drive-thru on the way home that you like. Good times.
It's just how she's wired.
It is. I know, and I love her. I love her regardless. So, do you got any birthdays?
Oh, yes, I do. I have some birthdays that we need to catch up on because of the drive. We've got Lydia. Lydia celebrated a birthday on the 11th.
Nice.
She turned 14.
Oh, awesome. Happy birthday.
And said, I love listening to the Wally Show every day.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, I am late. I don't know why she said, maybe she put it in late. I don't know. Scott is celebrating a birthday. Scott celebrated on the 13th. Belated birthday. Yep. That's our fault. And Gabriella, she celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Nice. Happy
birthday. She said, it's my 16th birthday.
Oh, that was such a good year.
And I love cooking, gardening, kids, and TV.
Wow. I loved my 16th birthday. I bought my car 2 weeks before. I couldn't drive it by myself. I went and got my driver's license. My mom took me first appointment of the day. I drove back home with her, dropped her off at the house. I got in my little 76 Volkswagen Rabbit that I paid $1,200 for, that I worked all summer for.
Yep.
And then I was gone. What time's curfew? 11:30? I'll see you at 11:29. And I was gone all day. I don't even know where I drove. I just drove. It was so great.
I would like to know, what was the first song you played in your car when you were by yourself?
Boy, I wish I knew, because back then I was listening to...
what you listen to now.
Kind of. I was listening to a band called the Surf Punks, which was ultimate surfer music and surfer lingo and stuff. I listened to Van Halen. I think it was Van Halen 2. I was listening to that.
Blondie.
And YouTube.
Boy George.
No, yes. And U2, because a guy my sister
New
was
Kids
dating
on the Block.
was a surfer, and I was a surfer, and so he got me into like the surf punks and U2, which I had never really listened to before. And
U2 were a thing back then?
Yeah, early stuff, real early stuff. And then Van Halen was a staple for me back in the day.
Good times.
Yeah.
Man. Good times. Yeah. The question is, if the show started a home renovation business.
Oh, I would love that.
Who would take on the roles of contractor, designer, or numbers person?
I'm going to do it all but the numbers.
What do I get to do?
You get to stand there and look pretty on TV.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay, wait a minute.
Because you'll camo everything. You will dress
everything.
You'll dress that thing down. I'm going to elevate it. I'm going to take it to a new place.
You'll fancy it up too much.
I will. I'll make it refined.
Okay, Gavin is definitely going to be the numbers person.
Yes, he can do math in his
because
head.
he can do math and we just can't. Designer and contractor. Contractor is more like talking to people and trying to negotiate, right?
It's negotiation, and it's also the vision of actually making it happen. You hire the subs out and you get the thing built. And sometimes the contractor is a hands-on contractor, so you are doing the building as well.
Okay, so I think
Chip and Joanna Gaines, he's a contractor.
I'll do the contracting.
No!
Yeah, and
for the
then
love,
you'll
you don't
do
even know how to swing a hammer. No!
May I remind you, sir, that when I went with you on a project to help with the homeless people or whatever, I don't know, I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
You literally banged your thumb with a hammer in the first 30 seconds.
Someone pushed me.
And you were on your back,
Yeah.
almost crying.
I lost my thumbnail.
Hyperventilating because he thought he was going to throw up.
I never cried. I never hyperventilated, but I did lose my thumbnail.
You thought you were going to throw up.
I did.
And then we never
my thumbnail
heard
came off. I think it's pretty reasonable.
So do you?
I don't think that one's out of bounds.
Okay, so then I don't think it's out of bounds for me to assume that I'm going to be the contractor.
You know what? I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
And you can be the designer.
I will. And I will design it up. And it's going to be glorious. It's going to be, more than glorious. Fabulous! I've watched enough design shows. I could do this.
See, we're done here.
There you go. All right, that's going to have to do it for your Aftercast for today. And as always, thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.